Hi, Derek Shapiro here, returning guest for the Derek Shapiro Radio Show, and of course my Derek Shapiro's Power Half Hour Cable Show. Now we're on more platforms. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Amazon Music, Amazon Audible. We're on Google Podcasts, and we're on Spotify, Anchor.fm. And of course, we're on. Am I missing anything? Listen Notes. Anyway, DerekShapiroShow.com. Keith Coogan returns. And how you doing, Mr. Keith Coogan?
I'm doing great. It's getting hot out in LA.
Yes.
I don't know if you know, but I got a great job at my great grandfather and grandfather's studio, the old MGM studios, guiding tourists around the lot. I get to show them all the great stages, and so I guide tours over at Sony Studios now.
Really?
So I was walking around Culver City all day in a suit, hot. It's probably 85 degrees down there. Yeah, it's just a great thing to do. You know, I gratefully was very busy. Now I had done 3 TV shows and 2 movies. Now I can say I've done 4 TV shows and this is a movie, right? So 3 TV shows, 3 movies during pandemic. Thank you.
Yeah. So the pandemic has really gone really. I mean, pretty much. Have you find it more easy? Things more easily flowing now with work now because the pandemic is slowly getting behind us?
You know, I would say yes, but I worked enough during the pandemic because Screen Actors Guild, you know, they had a thing called the Way Forward. Just a few months after the pandemic started, they figured out a way to do as much testing and masking, and when the vaccines came, all that stuff, they were able to get back to work.
Yep.
And with all the streaming service and everything, there's just so much work out there. And, you know, people like yourself making their own projects, that they were able to, they didn't have to go to their jobs. They were getting, you know, the unemployment checks, and they started making stuff. And so it was fun to hop on stuff like that. The traffic has gotten bad again, that everyone's going back to work in Los Angeles. But look, you want to hear an actor complain, give them work.
Sure. So what are the new products have you been doing that we can see out there in the near future?
So we have the Quarantine Bunch. We actually did that at the beginning of the whole pandemic and quarantine. And it's former child stars with an online support group, and viewers can kind of crash the Zoom meeting and watch them.
Okay.
We've got, I did a great episode of The Rookie just before Christmas. Very explosive. Guess I blow up with dynamite. Let's just cut to the chase.
Sure.
And, Aunt Sissy. That's right. I did do the Aunt Sissy just before. And, On Our Own. I went out to Jersey with some of the Jersey boys and played a scummy divorce lawyer.
Wait, with the Jersey boys?
No, they just call themselves like the Jersey Boys. They're a group of guys and they're connected to Kevin Smith and the Jay and Silent Bob universe.
Sure.
And making their own stuff, and it looked great. We had Dante was in it. Brian O'Halloran co-starred in it. Very fun to work with Brian. He's, you know, very talented and seasoned now too. He's an old pro.
Sure.
And then the movie, Wrong Reason. So Josh Roush, who directed Magnum Opus, The Making of Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, and the documentary is beautiful. It looks great. I'm like,
it's on Amazon Prime.
It's on Amazon Prime. I was like, that documentary is beautiful. God, he could shoot a movie with that. A few months later, he goes, hey, I'm shooting a movie with the camera.
Sure.
And so he has like an Lexus Aries, I don't know, some really, really fancy digital camera. And he did a great kind of a serial comic, black comedy, satire thriller, and that's called Wrong Reasons. And on Our Own was that? Oh yeah, On Our Own. Hollywood Image Magazine here in LA. They do the Hollywood Image Awards. The creator of the awards, let's make a movie. Signed up with SAG. Got us out there. We were shooting in West LA.
Sure.
Running up and down like Santa Monica Boulevard or Wilshire Boulevard. Running out to parks and super fun. I think I shot 3 scenes in one day. They had one day with me, and we shot them all really quick. Super, super fun.
Sure.
With the digital cameras, you don't need all the lights and the trucks and the grips and the things. You can have a funny story, some good jokes, turn a camera on and make yourself. And I think everyone should do that, because so many people are interested and they think they need all the gear. I need to get sound thing and a film permit and that. Pick up your camera and have fun. And
how like I did for the movie that you're going to be in a mine, of course, next year. We just did the scene, of course, and like that. Like you don't need fancy stuff just to do a film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Also, do you think there'll ever be a reboot of one of your most popular movies that you did with Christina Applegate? Let me make sure I get the title right. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, right?
Yes, and Warner Brothers is rebooting it. They're going to use a black family, switch up the story. We have talked. A lot of the cast has talked to the producers and said, if you do cameos, we will do it.
Okay.
So we're ready to do it. I don't know if they're going to write us in or not. No big deal. I'll tell you the real story. Writers Guild of America West has a clause in their contract that if a studio doesn't exercise the intellectual property rights of a project within 35 years, it reverts back to the ownership of the author. Everything. Dolls, toys, Lego sets, anything, video games that are attached to a movie. This is why we're seeing a lot of the late 80s, early 90s films being picked for rebooting. They remade Adventures in Babysitting on the Disney Channel.
Yep.
And it is a way for them to kind of keep the property alive. That's why they have to keep making Spider-Mans. They have to keep making Ghostbusters, or they'll lose those rights. So fortunate some of the movies I did are in that kind of stretch where they're starting to look at remaking them. And it's great, absolutely updated. Every movie is a product of its time.
Yep.
Language, attitudes, all that stuff changes. Society changes. And you watch movies from the 50s and 60s, they talk different, they have different ideologies.
Sure.
And so refreshing a story is great. And it's a great message in the movie. The parents go away, but the kids get their act together. That's the basic.
Just like the Wonder Years, how they rebooted too, into a different whole family, and it's like a different realm, but basis on the same type of principle. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's something how they reboot into that. Do you like them seeing the reboot into a whole different type of family, or do you rather see a sequel happen? Like you picture maybe them doing a sequel for Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead with maybe your character and Christina Applegate's character's kids.
Right. And I don't think it always has to do that. For some reason, I think the best sequel, the best kind of reboots are where they completely kind of redo it enough. The basic story's there, but they do have a nod to the original, something, an Easter egg or a cameo from one of the actors. They don't have to be connected to it. But when audiences go, we know that the filmmakers understand the audience, they understand the original, and they honor the original by bringing at least a few cameos. Like Ghostbusters Afterlife was perfect.
Sure.
Absolutely honored everything. Others have not done as good a job on the reboot.
Point Break, though, did. The new Point
Break did a great job. They brought back Roach, but he was a different character. But they brought back the actor, and then the audience knows. Unfortunately, the new Point Break was terrible.
Respect, I think.
But it pays respect. That's a great way to put it.
Now,
if they pay respect to the original, then I think they can rewrite the story and the characters as much as they want. It's almost better. I mean, you could tie it in continuity, but then it holds the original too much over the new. It doesn't give the new version a chance to really stretch and grow out of the expectations.
Right. So is that your wife in the background?
Yeah, this is my wife, Pinky. We had to grab some dinner.
Can I say hi? Can she be on camera? Can we say hi to her for the Derek Shapiro Show?
Unfortunately, she's not camera ready at the moment.
All right. so her name is Pinky?
She can be ready in a few, yeah.
Her name is Pinky?
Pinky, yes.
Hello, Pinky. Yes.
Pinky Coogan now.
Pinky Coogan. Well, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Derek Shapiro Show here in New England, in Rhode Island, says hello. So, we
love Rhode Island. We hope to get back to the Rhode Island Comic-Con next time around too.
Yes, and of course you've been here in Rhode Island, and of course I was busy, to go. But of course, how did you like Rhode Island?
We love it. Such a huge convention, and you really only see the inside of your hotel or the inside of convention hall.
We had that scary one last time.
We did stay in Seekonk, and that was a little rough. So we're going to try to stay near the convention center next time. A little bit, I hope.
Well, if you need any advice where to stay, I'm your guy, because I grew up here. I went to school here in Rhode Island, and then of course I moved to Massachusetts. I mean, the first time I ever interviewed you, I was living up in Salem, but now I live in Cranston, Rhode Island, where I went to high school. And what is Keith Coogan eating tonight on the Derek Shapiro Show?
Part of a hash brown from Jack in the Box.
Oh, I heard about Jack in the Box because I hear a lot of the Merrill twins. I don't know if you heard the Merrill twins, and they talk about Jack in the Box out in California, and we don't have no Jack in the Box here in Rhode Island. But every time I go down south, I plan to go to Atlanta. They have Hardee's, and Hardee's, I guess, is like Jack in the Box, right?
Someone spotted a Jack in the Box in Illinois. It's the furthest east I've seen a Jack in the Box exist.
Really? Mm-hmm. So people want to know you updated information about you. You have a website, KeithCoogan.com at all?
KeithCooganOnline.com.
Okay. KeithCooganOnline.com, of course.
Perfect.
And Facebook too, right?
Yep. Keith Coogan, I'm boring. I don't have very creative names and nothing abbreviated. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, just Keith Coogan.
Yes. I remember last time I interviewed you, the second time, my son helped me out. My son River, of course.
Yeah, great question.
Yes, he's sleeping now, but it was a privilege to interview him. I mean, he had a privilege to interview you, so it was fun because I broadcast this on his website too. He has rivradio.go.com. My friend Vinny Bucci, I'm on vinnybucci.com, vinnythebooch.com in Atlanta, and DerekShapiroShow.com. So thank you, Keith Coogan, for joining me again. Derek Shapiro Show 2022, and hopefully I will take you out for dinner next time you come to Rhode Island.
Oh, well, let's say hi to Pinky. She's going to come on over and get in front of the camera here for a second.
Now, how long have you two been together?
We've been married 8 years, going up on 9 this October.
Hello, Pinky. How you doing? How did you two meet?
We met at my first autograph convention.
Oh, really? So
yes.
So were you a big fan of Keith's? No.
Nope. She had no idea who I was.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny because I saw you got interviewed for the first time, Keith, by Steve Burton, and Bradford Anderson from General Hospital, and then I forgot who you were, and then I looked up the scene from Don't Tell that movie. I'm gonna get it wrong again. Don't tell mom the baby's.
Tell mom, it's fine.
Yeah, don't tell mom. So the thing is, it's better to know people who really doesn't follow you than they know who your true friends are. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because seriously, you seem happy together. Now, do you both have any kids at all?
We have no kids.
No kids. Okay.
We have a fur baby though. We have a fur baby. Hi,
you want to
Bubba.
come up?
Hi, Bubba.
You want to come up?
He's half Chihuahua, half Pomeranian.
So does she help you out with your career? Like any managing or any?
Better than anyone has ever helped me out in my career in my life. Look, an agent might get 10%.
That's good.
A manager 20%, but your wife gets 50%, and so no one is going to steer you in the right direction more than your.
I do not like this joke.
You don't like the joke? Every time I said wind up the joke, you're like, I hate this joke.
What? Question.
She's great. She really does help out. I mean, she leads the charge on it,
What's the best date night that you've gone on recently, or the best date night in your 9 years?
Oh, wow. Our best date night? We had a wonderful dinner at Club 33 in Disneyland.
That was the best food we've ever had in our
Really?
lives.
Now, how long ago did you go to Disneyland?
Oh, we've been a couple times this year. Probably a month or so ago was the last time we were.
Yeah, but it's back in August. Me and my kids went to Disney World. So Disney never gets old, does it?
Nope.
No.
They're always changing. There's always
Yes.
something new to see there.
Exactly.
You can never see everything on one visit.
Well, thank you again, Pinky. Nice meeting you, of course. And Keith
Nice
Coogan,
meeting you.
thank you for joining me again. And it's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Have
Thank
a
you,
great
Darren.
night.
Thank you.